Have you ever wondered how captions are created to be both helpful and readable? A key factor is something called reading rate. It's not just about how fast someone can read, but how fast they can read comfortably while watching a video. We measure this in characters per second, or CPS. CPS is calculated by dividing the total number of characters in a subtitle, including spaces and punctuation, by the duration of that subtitle in seconds. So, if a subtitle has 60 characters and is displayed for 3 seconds, the CPS would be 20. A comfortable reading rate is between 17 and 20 characters per second. In this video, we'll explore what reading rate errors are, why they matter, and how to fix them. Now that we understand what CPS is, let's talk about reading rate errors. These occur when the CPS value of a subtitle event exceeds the recommended maximum. Captioning style guides often specify these maximums to ensure readability. For example, captions created for children's content typically adhere to a maximum reading rate of 17 characters per second. For content aimed at older audiences, a slightly higher rate of 20 CPS is generally considered acceptable. When a subtitle's reading rate goes above these limits, it becomes difficult for viewers to comfortably read and process the text while simultaneously watching the video. Think of it like trying to read a sign while driving by too quickly. You might catch a few words, but you'll likely miss the full message. Let's take a look at some real-world examples of reading rate errors and how to correct them. Here we have our caption project, showing several subtitle events. Notice the CPS values displayed alongside each event. Any value highlighted in red indicates a reading rate error, meaning it exceeds our target of 20 CPS for general audience content. Let's start with this first example. The easiest way to fix this is often simply to extend the duration of the subtitle. We can do this by dragging the endpoint of the event. As we extend the duration, the CPS value will decrease. But what happens when we can't simply extend the end time? In this case, the next subtitle event is already scheduled to begin. Here, we might need to adjust the start time of the problematic subtitle. By dragging the beginning of the event earlier, we can give the viewer more time to read the text, lowering the CPS. Sometimes, even adjusting the start and end times isn't enough. Take a look at this longer subtitle. In these situations, we may need to split the subtitle into 2 or more shorter events. This reduces the character count per event, making it easier to achieve an acceptable reading rate. Once split, we can then fine-tune the timing of each new event to ensure a smooth reading experience.
Oh, I can't believe we got stuck with a tree hugger. If I have to hear the Latin name for one more animal, I swear I'm gonna kill her.
Relax, Sugar Buns.
Finally, if all else fails, we have one last resort: rephrasing. Look at this subtitle. We've tried adjusting the timing, and splitting it isn't practical. The only remaining option is to edit the text itself, making it more concise while retaining the original meaning. For instance, we could change "the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog" to "a fox jumps over a dog." While rephrasing should be a last resort, it's sometimes necessary to ensure readability and maintain proper reading rates. Now, we've covered how to manually correct reading rate errors. But what if you have a large project with hundreds of subtitles? Manually checking and fixing each one can be incredibly time-consuming. That's why we've developed an automatic reading rate correction tool to streamline this process. This powerful feature can analyze your entire project and automatically apply the fixes we just discussed. You can access this tool under the Timecode menu. Simply select Auto Correct Reading Speed, and a new window will appear. Here, you'll see a few options. You can set your target reading rate, include a frame gap, and enable automatic overlap correction. As we discussed earlier, sometimes correcting reading rates requires adjusting the start and end times of subtitles, which can create overlaps between events. If the Fix Overlaps box is checked, our tool will automatically resolve these overlaps. However, if you prefer to review and adjust any timecode changes manually, you can uncheck this option. This gives you complete control over the final timing of your subtitles. Once you've configured your preferences, simply click Autocorrect. The tool will then analyze your entire project and automatically correct any reading rate errors. Depending on the size of your project, this may take a few moments. Once complete, you'll receive a summary of the changes made. As you can see, the reading rate errors have been resolved quickly and efficiently. This tool can save you significant time and effort, ensuring your captions are compliant and accessible with minimal manual intervention. Understanding reading rate is key to accessible captioning. By managing CPS and using the tools we've covered, you can create captions everyone can understand. For more on captioning best practices, visit us at www.closedcaptioncreator.com.